Did you know that accessibility in mindfulness is more than just about having special interest or affinity groups? Yeah, in fact, there are a lot of different layers to it. Come on, let's learn. Hello, and welcome to Mindfulness Voyage. My name is Ted Meissner. I'm glad you could be here today. And in today's episode, we'll be continuing a bit from our discussion about affinity groups and this wider topic of accessibility. There's a lot of different layers to that. There's financial accessibility, affinity groups, special interest. It's more than just, are the doors unlocked? It's what happens once you go through those doors. Is there a felt sense of being welcome, of being a part, of connecting in community? And one thing I do want to mention is that in this episode, we talk about bursaries or financial assistance to be able to attend the International Conference on Mindfulness. And I want to mention that the deadline for that is July 15th. And that's 2024. If you're watching this some years later, just know that the deadline's coming up. And we would like you to be able to attend. So please, if you do need some financial assistance, some help with that, apply for a bursary. The deadline is on the 15th. And without further ado, let's talk with our guests today.
Our guests today are Uz Afzal. Uz, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Ted. Great to be here.
Bridget O'Neill. Bridget, welcome.
Thank you, Ted. Yeah, delighted to be here. Thanks.
And Paula Watson. Paula, thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank you, Ted, for hosting us. Really happy to be here.
Very glad to. And I've been looking forward to this conversation for quite some time because we are all part of an equity, diversity, and inclusion group that's been working on, I think, Bridget, you sent out a document. It's been about 8 months that we've been working on this for the International Conference of Mindfulness and making that more accessible. And one thing I'd like to ask is a bit of a personal story to you of, if you just say a few words about why working on this particular aspect of the conference is important to you. I'm wondering, Uz, if we could perhaps start with you.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Ted. For me, I've just known the difference. I know the difference between when I walk into a space and I feel I can bring all of myself there and I feel fully welcome and all aspects of my identity can show up and can be there. And to be honest, it doesn't happen that often. And I know, I know what it's like when it's like that. And it's just a beautiful, amazing, wonderful feeling. And I know what it's like when I don't feel that way. And I don't want people to feel that way, that they've got to box themselves up or parcel themselves up and have some aspects that are there and proudly there and others that aren't. And we don't want that. We want everyone there, fully welcome.
Thank you. And Paula, how about for you? What is it that makes this important to you?
I don't think I could add very much more to what Uz said so beautifully. It's about the importance of being able to bring all of yourself into a space. That is rare, as Uz said. The other thing I really love about actually working on the committee is, we're quite a diverse bunch as a committee, and there is, for me, real safety, which I don't find in many other places. And by safety, I mean genuine inclusion and genuine respect amongst the members. And I'm hoping through some magical process of osmosis, the way things work, that we can bring that to the conference as well, through our experience of working together.
Beautifully said. Thank you for that. And Bridget, anything to add, your own thoughts about why this is so important to you as well?
Yeah, so really it has been said beautifully by Uz and Paula. It's at the heart of this and recognizing for myself just the importance of feeling able to be fully myself and also having experience of conferences in the past, knowing that I haven't always felt that way. And also that we're at a point, I think, where yeah, we're really recognizing that not everybody has always felt that a mindfulness conference may be relevant for them. And so, yeah, really, it's time to change that. So both on a personal level of really wanting this conference to be a place where everybody really feels welcome and able to be themselves and has a sense of belonging. And for the broader mindfulness world, I think that this this inclusion, this opening up is just really important. Yeah.
Thank you, Bridget. And this idea of safety is something to understand, not just as, oh, I'm nervous, but I'm safe, it'll be okay, but no, true flourishing, that people can really be themselves as fully, all the different layers of their identity, their preferences, their however they are. But that's not just, yeah, we'll create some token efforts around that. No, it's authentic. It is genuine. It is something that we want to have happen. And there's so many different layers. One of the things that was very interesting for me about this is how many different layers of accessibility that this group has handled. And I'm wondering if you might say a few words about just some of those different kinds of accessibility, things like financial accessibility or identity or affinity groups or interest groups. I'm wondering, maybe, Paula, if you have anything to say about any of those to just start us on any aspect of it you'd like to talk about.
Sure. Well, we have a member of our group who's been wonderful on the issues of neurodivergence. And as a person who myself, I won't pretend I identify as neurodivergent, but I do feel that I do fit that category in some respects. And it was very helpful for me to be able to bring to the committee how important it was to have information in advance, to be able to, I've not really been to many conferences either. That's the other thing about exclusion, that I don't get the opportunity to go to many big conferences. And it was really important to me to see the spaces in advance, to have videos, to have information about what to expect, both from a neurodiversity point of view, but also a social comfort point of view, to allay certain anxieties. That's just one aspect. I don't know if any of my colleagues want to say about the affinity groups or anything like that, but that's just one aspect that was very important for me.
Yeah, and has made quite a difference, because when I go onto the site and I now see maps and videos and all the rest of it, I feel I am much more at ease knowing, because I've never been there before and haven't been to Europe in a long, long time. So it's helpful all around for everyone to have that. So thank you for making sure that happened.
Yeah, and it's easy to overlook, isn't it? And to undervalue how these things can help, reduce anxiety. Yeah.
Liz, how about for you? What are some aspects of accessibility that interest you or that you're excited about for this conference?
Thanks for asking, Ted. For me, I think the affinity groups and special interest groups are something that I'm really happy that those are going to be happening, hopefully, full effect. And we really want to nurture connection, communication between people who identify with certain groups. So, for example, the affinity groups will be more for people that perhaps share a specific identity, social location or identity. Could be around race, class, sexual orientation, gender identity, and so on. And then also we are hoping that there will be special interest groups as well for people that perhaps share an interest around perhaps the area in which they're working, like it could be geographical area, or it could be area of work or study with regards to mindfulness. So we're really hoping that those groups are going to take off, and we're hoping that people will make connections, perhaps even in advance. We're putting something on a sort of forum when you sign up, so you can begin to make connections there. And then hopefully those will translate into coffee dates or, dinner meetups or something like that. And also there'll be a physical old school notice board or something where, you know, I'm still interested in things like that. Bless me in my years. So, you know, if people want to put up a little note and say, you know, anybody that wants to get together in this kind of group for a drink or something. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I really hope that there will be, you know, flourishing, growing connections that are made through those groups.
And community being such an important aspect of the conference in general. Yes, seeing these support ideas that came from this group manifesting as things that people will get to do and participate in at the conference is really wonderful to see. Bridget, how about for you? Are there some areas that you'd like to speak about in any of those layers? I know that financially, there's a big plus with bursaries.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, maybe just to say that what's been wonderful is the diversity of our group, and how yeah, people have brought these different elements into our awareness. So yeah, financial accessibility is certainly one, and really wonderful that we are able to offer bursaries. And we've had many applications, over 100 that we've awarded bursaries to enable people to attend if they feel like there are financial barriers. And yeah, I would be really encouraging in an ongoing way, if anybody's listening and they've had a look at the conference program and feel excited about it, but also a bit hesitant around the finances, please don't hesitate. You know, apply for a bursary. They're there to support people to be able to come. So that's definitely one area that I think, yeah, I'm really pleased that we're able to offer those. Yeah.
Thanks, Bridget. And for those in the US, bursaries are scholarships. That's what that word means here. Well, I would like to ask just one more question of each of you. And this is a bit open, not necessarily to our specific topic on accessibility, but I'm curious what you are most looking forward to with the conference. What is the thing that you're thrilled about? Liz, maybe we can start with you on this one.
Okay, well, just who I'm seeing on the screen here, I'm thrilled about seeing you good people and others, you know, who've been part of this group, where we've been working together, and more widely, just like there are actually some colleagues that you know, a number of colleagues that some that I work with a lot that I've never met in person. So I'm really excited about that, you know, meeting people. And I think, yeah, just the relational aspect of things, and all the people that I don't know that I will get to meet, hopefully, you know, just the, you know, the casual conversations with the person sitting beside you and finding out what different people are up to and what inspires them and why they're there. And yeah, as well as, of course, the big hitters. I'm looking forward to those keynotes and everything in between.
Thank you. And Bridget, how about for you? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, very similar. Connection, the opportunity to connect. It'd be so lovely to be physically in the same space as people that are, yeah, close colleagues, each of you, and those opportunities to actually be in community together. I think that's most what I'm looking forward to, and to hear all the inspiring work that's happening, and actually to be able to engage with one another around that. Yeah, so really excited to actually be in community together through this conference.
Thanks, Bridget. And Paula, how about for you? What are you looking forward to?
Yes, similar to us, I am so excited about people who I've known for years, but I've only ever encountered on Zoom, and to actually be with them in the flesh. That's going to be exciting for me. There are people whose work I really admire, and I'm going to get to meet them or hear from them in person. An important thing for me as well is that I know so many people working with the people of colour community, say, for example, like the Urban Mindfulness Foundation, Mindfulness Network for People of Colour, who I have been really engaged with in a heartfelt way for many years. And these people of colour groups like my own are often struggling, working at capacity, under-resourced, this sort of thing. And being together at the conference is a kind of capacity building, is a kind of resourcing that conference is giving us the opportunity to have. And I'm really excited about what will come out of that. And the research papers, I just want to hear what's happening, what's at the cutting edge. There's a lot for me to look forward to. And if I could add one more, Bangor, I hear it's beautiful, and I've never been there before, so I'd love to actually go to this town and be on the campus. So I'm looking forward to a lot.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there and everything you've shared. Same. I had the opportunity to meet people in person at a retreat a couple of weeks ago that I've known for 14 years, but I'd never met in person before. So yes, it is a wonderful thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing each of you as of this recording in about a month. So our guest today, thank you for being here, Uz Afzal. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank you, Ted. It's a pleasure.
Bridget O'Neill. Bridget, thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank you, Ted. Yeah, thanks for hosting us.
And Paula Watson. Paula, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ted. I look forward to meeting you in the flesh.
Thanks so much for being here today. I hope you got something out of today's episode, and I hope you can join us at the International Conference on Mindfulness. Again, I will be putting a link to applying for bursaries in the description for this episode. Deadline for that is on the 15th. So remember, every moment you have a choice. Make it the best you can, and I'll see you next time on Mindfulness Voyage.